Okay, so good evening, everyone. I hope I am audible. I welcome you all to the GRE Preparation Made Easy Verbal Ability class by Mrs. Annapurna Murugan. We have few instructions for the participants. Make sure you have a stable internet connection and a noise-free environment. We recommend you to use your earphones for best experience. Also, please respect your instructor and your classmates. Do not write anything inappropriate on the chat box. Also, how to answer the polls, you have to click on the more icon where you will see activities and you will be directed towards polls. We have three packages, that is bronze, silver, and gold. If you upgrade to silver and gold, you will get extra benefits like evaluated mock test, expert university recommendations, dedicated counselor for entire application, and so on. We also provide free profile evaluation with our experts, comprehensive evaluation, university shortlisting, course recommendations, recommendation reports, and doubt clearance. Also, IELTS classes are conducted Monday to Friday, 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. It is a 4-week course, and Duolingo classes Monday to Friday, 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. It is a 2-week course. You may register for free. Here are a few achievements. This is the Ubergrad website. You can select the country, course, and specialization. When you go on Explore, we have countries, universities, courses, and exams. You can get all the information from here. When you go on Solution, we have free profile evaluation, talk to the counselor, country recommendations, course recommendations, test preparation stores, additional services are provided. Also, weekly blogs are uploaded. You may go through them. To contact us, you can call us, WhatsApp us, or mail us. Also, when you go on My Test Preparation, and click on GRE View Course, you are directed towards the handouts and recordings. In case you've missed any sessions or you need to clear some doubts, you can go through the recordings and the handouts. Also, I'll be providing the link. Also, if you have any other doubt related to the Ubergrad website or the links, you may ask at the end of the session. Thank you.
Hi guys, good evening. I hope everyone is doing good. Okay, today we are going to work on the important section, that is text completion and sentence equivalence. Okay, so now you people would be aware of like the most challenging section is this only. Why? Because it involves a lot of like it requires the knowledge of words. That is what we assume. Yes, definitely we require the knowledge of words, but along with that, we also require the knowledge of analyzing the statement. Okay, if we really have no clue how to analyze or how to understand or to understand the sentence, then in spite of knowing all the words, you people cannot pick up the answers there. So therefore I can say that understanding the sentence and knowledge of words, they are the two different sides of the coin, which is very important. Okay, so with this note, let us give a practical approach to our text completion and sentence equivalence. So yes, guys, yeah, like I have one request. Yes, whatever the queries that you people have, so you people can keep it to the last, okay, and then we can discuss on the same. Now, I'm going to present here the screen. I already, when like I was discussing about so lexical resources, I spoke about different lexical resources, and along with that, I even spoke about your compound sentences, complex sentences. All these things I spoke, right? So now the same thing we are going to work on here. So now under text completion, okay, so we have so three categories of text completion. Okay, so let me take here and just give me 1 second. So text completion basically has three types of questions. Okay, now one is one blank. That means there will be one blank. So you need to pick one option there. And then you have two blank. That means two blanks will be there. You need to pick two options there. So here three options for each of the blank they will be giving. Ultimately, three blank also you will be having the complex one. So which will be three options here. Okay. So these are the three types of questions that we are going to have. Today, I am going to focus on one blank question, and along with that, I will also speak about, or I'll also discuss sentence equivalence. Sentence equivalence, basically, it is one blank only, but you need to choose two options which gives the same meaning to the sentence when we plug in those two. That means these two options should be kind of synonyms. I was saying, right, you people need to have the idea of synonyms or even the family verse for this sake only. For sentence equivalence sake only, I was telling we need to work on family based words. So synonyms, antonyms. Why? Because so that will help us to plug into the sentence equivalence. Okay. So now let us try to go on to our passage. So, sorry, the statements, and let us start working. The first and foremost thing I really would not appreciate you guys to look at these words. Never ever like you people just look at the words or just randomly read the question idea. I always instruct. It is not just me, any expert or any faculty will always tell you guys that you people need to understand the question. See, it is a common thing. If you don't understand what is the problem, do you think you can have a solution? No, right? It could be in real life practically or on statement also. This is a problem for us. For this problem, we need to find solution. But for the solution is hidden in our statement. Okay. This solution, nowhere it is. It is already hidden in our. So, this one sentence only that we need to find out. We need to find the raw solution to the blank. So, by closely identifying the question idea. So, when you are reading the question idea, please make it a point to mark the transition word. Very, very important. I guess all of you will be having the idea of 250 transition words which were given to you people, isn't it? Kindly work it on. And also, not only transition words, please concentrate on your grammatical, this one, punctuation marks. So that is comma, colon, semicolon, these things. Why? I've explained there. So it is very, very crucial here. Okay. Now let us, this one, of all our works. Okay. So she has written many works. This play is the most dependent. This play is the most dependent on dramatic conventions of the author's day. That means whatever the play they are referring to, that has lot of dramatic conventions. Okay. So, drought of dramatic conventions. It was both the least dash of a place and most commercially successful. It was most commercially successful, but it was having, what was the characteristic? It was least with something. That means it did not have some characteristic. It was not having some particular characteristic, or it was short of some characteristic here. Okay. So looking at this thing, So what is the thing we can say? Dramatic conventions. Dependent on the dramatic. That means lot of drama was there. Lot of drama of the author's day is most dependent on the dramatic conventions of the author's day. That means what? There was lot of drama here. So if lot of drama means here it should be what? So it should be what is the word that we can plug in here? So it could be, guess the word here. So least of her place. So it had. So least of her place means her other place were not having this dramatic conventions. Okay. So they are describing her other place. So which did not. So therefore what? It should be what? It should not be, it should be something different there. So if it is, why? Because the least negative word, look at the adjective here. They are using the least there. Okay. Least in the sense we need to say that it is uh, least normal, or it is not basically this one. It was like a normal this one. What is that? A day to day life. Okay. So therefore it has to be something normal day. Okay. So it should indicate it as a normal day. So what is the word that we can take it up? So this along with least we need to focus that it should be a normal day's experience. Why? Because they are saying it was a normal days, dependent on the normal day dramatic conventions. Conventions means that regularly happens. So we need to present here. See, if it is least popular, if I take least popular but it was successful, how can it be least popular? Because it is commercially successful. If it is popular, then only it can be successful, right? Commercially. So it is there. Least formulaic. So formulaic in the sense what? It did not had any kind of what is that formula or anything. But whether that context, whether they are talking about the technicality here, they're not talking about any technicality. So therefore, we cannot pick it up. Okay. And now, so if you look, if you want, so you have lucrative, producing a great deal of profit. If it was lucrative, okay. So lucrative in the sense, if it is producing a least, see, lucrative is a beneficial, but we have an adjective least here. So if it was least beneficial, or how can it give the commercial benefit? So that also is not there. Contemporary, contemporary to the present time. If it was least to the present time, then how can it be a, what is that, the present day? It was a everyday's convention they had writing, so that means it is contemporary. So the play was based contemporarily, therefore it cannot be least contemporary. So what is the thing? It was least experimental. That means so it did not had any new challenges or new things basically. Okay, it was short of that. So that's the reason. So we pick it up as what? So our experimental. Okay, what we pick it up? We pick it up as experimental, and experimental is the answer there. So that means what? If you understand, so the sentence, so you will be basically able to plug in the word. So now let us try to, and also you people can look at the words here, word and word meaning. So techniques not yet established or finalized. Popular, it is like formulaic, so it is like something technical or style. Lucrative, producing a great deal of profit. Contemporary, living or occurring something at the same time. Now, see, despite, in spite things are very commonly found sentences in our text completion in GRE. See, despite we have Despite is a transition word. Despite one idea will be there, then comma will have another idea. If this after despite, if we have a positive idea, then here we need to have negative idea. If we have negative idea, then we need to have positive idea. If this advantage we are talking, despite advantage, comma after comma we need to have disadvantage. That means it gives two contrary ideas. That means what? Your blank answer is within the sentence itself. That means what? If you have, what is that? This one, what is that? Despite, in spite. So, what is the thing we'll have? Two opposite statements will be combined. And how these opposite statements will be combined in this particular thing. So, this is our thing. The smile that spread from ear to ear. That means the smile will be spreading from ear to ear. Definitely here something against this we will be having. Despite the smile that spread from ear to ear, our eyes relayed a certain dash. That means here they are talking about a positive, happy. So therefore here it should be what? Sad. What we need to have here. So it should be sad here. So what is the word that we can pick up here? So is it jubilance? Jubilance is what? Celebration. No, we won't pick. Mischievous? Now. Vision? Vision is something thinking out, that is not stating your sadness. Liveliness is also positive word, we won't take it. So the word that matches our requirement here is what? Sorrow. Getting it? So this is what we basically have here. Now I have the meanings here. You people can just go through them. Jubilance, a feeling or expression. Sorrow, a feeling of deep distress caused by lost, so whatever, mischievous, the behaving badly, okay. And vision, the ability to think about or plan the future. No, she didn't have the vision. So, usually what happens in this case? Okay, so we have this one, eyes is there, so it could be vision. No, nothing like that. Look at the idea. If you don't approach in this way, yes, so student may pick vision also there, who will be doing that inky pinky ponky, choosing the words. Don't choose just randomly the words. You need to understand. When you understand, you will be aram se picking the words there. Okay, understand the sentence. Now I have one more statement. Here comma is there. When comma says, that means what? The idea is expanded. That means they are giving us temporary or a short pause and they are continuing the idea there. That means what? So comma indicates the continuation of the same idea. That means before comma and after comma, we will be having what? Same idea. The same idea could this one, what is that? Continue. Following the presentation, the dash lecturer. Okay, here you need an adjective here. Why adjective? Because the dash lecturer, we need a describing word for lecturer. But if we want to know the description of a lecturer, we need to know his characteristic, isn't it? So left the room. Like, see, further the statement gives you the description of the thing. Left the room without asking whether anyone had question. That means what was the characteristic of the lecturer there? He presented the lecture, but he left the room immediately after the lecture. What could be the reason? Immediately we think that So lecturer could be angry. No, if lecturer is angry, we would be having some kind of indication that so evil his voice or his temperament is not apt, isn't it? But nowhere he presented the presentation. Okay, if he would have been angry, he would have gone in between the presentation only, right? So I cannot just imagine the word angry. If we think so, if this one, what is that? Lecturer was not having the knowledge. That means if he was not an intellectual lecturer, okay. So I cannot say that also why he presented the presentation. That means he is a knowledgeable. And what could be the reason? So the lecturer, see, what is happening is not asking anyone, is there any questions or not. This implies lecturer did not want to speak. Did not want to speak. When a lecturer cannot be speaking, when he is angry, no, but we don't have any instant when he is angry, and also we don't have any this one instance which is showing is sad or is depressed. We don't have anything, okay. Yeah, so if all these things we can rule out, then we can only say, looking at this, because he did his work, but he did not put any extra effort of taking asking the question. That means this person would be a reserved speaker. What it is? He could be a reserved speaker. Okay. So among these words, what is the word that means reserved speaker? I'll just show you the word meanings. So, and you people can see, you can see a taciturn is a person who speaks very little. What is required? That much only they will speak. So, lecturer, what was the requirement? Presenting the lecture. He just presented it. He just vanished. Okay. Because asking the questions, clearing the doubts and all, it is an extra effort presented by a lecturer. Okay. For example, after this class, if I don't ask you any questions, if I just leave the class, that doesn't mean that I was like irresponsible, or I was angry, or I was not capable. No, it shows that, okay, I did my task and I'm leaving it out because maybe I was not comfortable speaking lot. Who will be not comfortable speaking lot? The one who is very reserved. Okay, so that is a person taciturn. Okay, taciturn in the sense what? So a person who is reserved. Okay. So now see why I'm giving this thing and this question along with this, why I'm giving you this meanings means we want you also to practice in the same way, so that not only the word this one you will be practicing the text completion, but along with that this is also one method of learning the words here. Okay, learning the words and relating why these words are not a part of our question. Okay, so therefore for every text completion you practice, kindly get these meanings. Okay, FSU is what? The one who shows expressing great gratitude, pleasure, so happiness, the one who presents that. Okay, he was not that. If he was that, then he would have been spoken. So indigent is what? She was not anger also, right? He was not showing any anger. He was not an indigent lecturer. So we cannot take this. So as unfair treatment, despondent. So someone in low spirits. We don't have any clue that he was in low spirit. If he was in low spirit, why did he present the presentation? Okay, malevolent means what? Something evil. Is not evilish also. Nowhere we have the clue. Okay, so always when you're picking something, you should always make sure that You have the clue for your idea, because we didn't had any clue there. So, and also we had a clue that he presented the lecture. So that means he is the one who speaks only what is required. So he is a reserved speaker, right? So now, next question. Here was so dash. After so we have a blank. Okay. So after so we have a blank here. You need to pick the word. Upon visiting the Middle East in 1850, comma is there. Okay, somebody visited Middle East in 1850. Who is that? GF was so dash by belly dancing. So he was so. Whether we don't know whether he was impressed, he was not impressed, we don't know that dancing that he wrote in a letter to his mother that the dancers alone made his trip worthwhile. Oh, so here you can say the dancers made his trip worthwhile. That means alone also he is trying to give the adjective. So that means what? So he was very happy with so belly dancing. What is that? He was very, very happy with belly dancing. He in fact said it alone made his trip worthwhile. Okay, so that means what? A positive word we need to have. Okay, so among we need to have positive word. So let me take you to these words here. Now take out all negative words. Which are the negative words we have here? If you see, flustered, no. Confused, it is not, it is something like negative. And this is also kind of showing like what is that? Neutral. So beseeched is ask urgently and fervently to do something. No, we don't want this. Shock or surprise someone. Taken aback, he was not shocked, he was happy basically, because he is saying it is worthwhile. Okay. So we are left with overwhelmed and enamored. So which one you guys will be picking? So overwhelming is what? So overwhelmed. You're completely buried under that happiness. Okay. Whether do you think that much of happiness he was having? He said it is worthwhile visiting that dance show. That means what? He was happy. So it filled him with the love for. Okay. He liked that particular thing. If you use overwhelmed, it is a high degree word. He was not damn very emotional, isn't it? So therefore, enamored is the word that you people need to pick here. What is the word that you need to pick here? So enamored is the word that you need to pick. Always see like this, it'll be a trap here. Two similar words will be there. So you will be thinking which word you need to pick. Look at the sentence requirement. What is the degree of emotion or what is the degree of requirement is there? Accordingly, you people need to pick that degree of things here. Okay, so that is what we need to do. So when you see every question, we are giving you one tip, one identification how we need to do. Ultimately, among these 4 5 questions, what did we see? We did not look at the options first. We went through the question, we try to understand the story of the statement. So depending upon the story and the requirement, we picked up the word. And how did we understand what is the requirement? We use some of the elements like transition words, commas, so and some of the words. So we picked up, and we through them we can understand what is the requirement of the blank. Let us do more. Now, this is also quite nice. This is what a complex sentence here. Why? You can see that many ideas they have put in one sentence by using different so subordinating conjunctions here. Okay. So, and also we have commas. Commas means what? Ideas will be combined here. isn't it? So let us try to understand what is the idea they are trying to say here. Okay, see, nowhere I am looking at these things. The Jane squid's massive body. Okay, Jane squid itself says that it will have a very big body adopted for sea life. Breaks apart. Okay, this squid will break apart in the reduced pressures of shallower ocean depths. That means when this squid will, due to the reduced pressure, it breaks apart, making the search, because it will be breaking, that big squid will break apart. That means it shatters, making the search for an intact specimen one of the most dash quest in all of the marine biology. That means what? It breaks apart. It breaks apart in the sense it will be shattered. If it is shattered, then making the search for this specimen so will become difficult. No? Look at the instance. The answer for this is present here. Breaks apart in the reduced pressure of shallower ocean depth, even though this big body. So it will be, what is that, broken down into pieces. And when it is broken down into pieces, is it easy for you to search for the specimen? No. So that means, so searching process will be difficult here. So now, you know what is the plug-in word we need? We need a difficult word here. So let me take here. Now, don't get confused here. Elusive and effusive. Many times this is confused. Effusive is what? You're expressing that happiness of gratitude or pleasure or anything. Okay, that expression, positive expression. Elusive is what? Difficult to find, catch, or achieve. Right? So, what is the word? It is most clearly, it is what? Elusive. Now, our search becomes elusive in nature. That means it will become very difficult. I hope you guys are understanding the things, and you people also following the track how we need to do. Okay. So, if you follow in this way, definitely your life on text completion will become easy. Now, let us see one more thing. What do we have here? The oppressive regime. Oppressive. Look at the word. See, you should concentrate on the adjectives and adverbs. Regime is some system. Okay? Followings. But it is an oppressive. That means the greater degree. Having taken control of country's military. See, I said no, it is a very strong word. It is very powerful word. So it has taken the country's control and mass media. That means what? It is very strong. It has taken control on military and mass media. Sought to dash. Now this is an oppressive. Its nature only is to control everything. Now it is sorting to do something with the fledgling rebellion. Fledgling means what? But what is that? That budding rebellion that aim to restore individual freedoms. What it will be doing? It will be trying to control this also, na? Why? This is a fledgling rebellion. That means it is not that one, the established one. It is a budding or growing. It is just in its initial stage. It is a chaos, okay, rebellion. So obviously what it will be trying to take over this thing or control this particular thing. Na? So basically here what? Sought to control or take over this also, because what is the nature? Oppressive only is what? Something which is very strong, and now they have given the explanation also. See, even if you don't know the oppressive meaning also, at least you people will be knowing. See, it is taking control of the country's military and mass media. What does that implies? It is a strong regime that will again be strong on the rebellion also. Okay, so therefore, see, which is the thing, taking the control over, or so becoming an this one. So what is that which we can take it? So if you see produce, no, it is not manufacturing them. So facilitate, it is not supporting. The oppressive regime will not support those rebellions. So elucidate, so it is not clearing also. If it is clearing, then rebellions will grow. No, it is not that. Redress, it is not a remedy also. It is what? Hindering the growing, the budding, uh, this one, what is that? Rebellions. Hindering means what? It is stopping them. Stopping in the sense it is trying to control them, isn't it? So that is time. What is that we can say? We can take this as what? Time. Time is the word. Now, here we have one more thing. Let us take George, and this is C, sentence equivalence. What it is? Sentence equivalence. The sentence equivalence, you need to pick two words which has same meaning. Okay, or which is synonym. On plugging in here, you should give the same meaning to the sentence. First, let us see. Here also we do the same thing. Only one thing is what? We are going to pick up two words. That is the only difference when you take from text completion to your sentence equivalence. George was mercurial character. Mercurial in the sense what? He was not stable. Like, yeah, sometimes things like this, whimsical, I can say. One moment he was optimistic about his prospect. That means what? So he is having that changing characteristic. If one moment is optimistic, then other moment he will be pessimistic. Right? So that means what? We need to have a word so that takes up for pessimistic. What is the word that we can pick? Immoral means, they're not talking about moral or immoral. So I can take out. Hopeful is what? It is hopeful is optimistic. No, he is not hopeful about something. So therefore, I will not take this also. Witty is what? So clever. They're not talking about the clever characteristic. He is pessimistic. That means he thinks that he can't do it. So therefore, witty also cannot be there. So Morse in the sense what? A bad tempered, and not talking much. Not talking much. Who is this? The one who is pessimistic will be like this only. He won't talk much. He will be thinking only in a negative way. Okay, that is the thing. We can relate this Morse here. And now, door is what? So, door is cold and unfriendly. Again, the one who is cold and unfriendly, it is the synonym, right? So that means what? So they are not positive, they are negative here. So these words are negative, and we need to have a negative feeling, and that is the reason most and door you can pick it up here. While fluent is what? Beyond is very light-hearted also we can say, light-hearted, or someone who is very happy and confident. So like all the positive words will go out here, and here we need to replace something pessimistic here. Okay, so nearest word for pessimistic is what? Morse and door. Okay, that is how we take up this words. This is how we need to handle with our sentence equivalence. And now, growing up in a wealthy suburb. That means somebody grew up in a wealthy suburb. That means wealthy town. So she grew up. She felt quite the dash as she began her first job as a Ama caretaker on a rural farm. She was from suburb, okay, but she worked for rural farm. What she will be doing? Everything over there will be something new for her, isn't it? Something new. So she will be something like she feels that she is a fresher there. So what is the word that can match that fresher word? So, neophyte, neo is new, fight. That is a fresher. Okay. And if you take tyro is also what? So, someone who is fresh or a beginner, fresher or a beginner. But who is this concierge? Okay. So, concierge is nothing but so a caretaker. Caretaker of what? Small hotels, a small building, so or a block. So we call them as what? Concierge. So that is caretaker. Agronomist, scientist who study the relation of crops with environmental. Cultivator, the producer, we can say. Curator, the one who takes care of the museum. So all these things, no. Gyro and neophyte. Okay? Now, we have one more thing. William Shakespeare's Macbeth was based upon a highly dash version itself. We don't know what version. Let us understand the sentence of events so that the playwright wrote from Raphael Holinshed's Chronicles of England. Oh, this part of sentence is not giving us clue what kind of version it was. But Ireland. King Duncan's death at the hand of Macbeth comprises the play's only historical truth. That means what? Only this event is a historical truth here. That means what? Rest of the things are all what? Imagined events. What is that? Imagined version of the events. That means they have imagined, they have quoted, so they are presenting something. So we need some word so that indicates this thing. That means it may not, it is, they are saying it is the only truth. Rest of the things are fabricated one. Okay. What we can say, in fact, we can say we need that fabricated one. So what is that fabricated? Embellished and colored, isn't it? So what we can take it as? We can take it as embellished. Embellished means we are just covering, we are decorating certain things. Colored also we are just making the colors to make it attractive, isn't it? So therefore, embellished and colored, so we can take. Anachronist, not to the time. No, they are talking about the history only. Their only concern is historical truth, and hence this is not the same. Okay, so therefore what is that? We can't take this. Effusive is not the word because it is, they are not showing any kind of, they are not talking about the gratitude or what. So and prosaic is what? Something ordinary. No, it is not ordinary. Why? Because it is some fabrication. So we can't say it as ordinary. Highly ordinary version? No, it is not. Highly, they have a degree also here. So it is serpentine, snaky wala. They're not doing the twist and around there. So therefore, it is also not our option. Okay. Then next we have one more question. While comic book artists such as Neil Adams demonstrated a more thorough mastery of human anatomy than did the generation that preceded it. That means what? While is that? The transition word here is while. The comic book artist, Neil, so he presented what? A more thorough mastery of human anatomy than did the preceded generation that preceded them. Some readers wonder whether the superheroes they drew were really supposed to be so dashed that every detail of their musculatures would be visible through their clothing. That means what? So it is from here you know what it is. So every musculature is visible through their cloth, clothing, in the sense the muscles were prominent there. Okay. So what is that? The muscles were prominent. It's supposed to be so muscular. Muscular. So what are the words that matches for this muscular? Because they are saying that is visible. See, we got the clue. Through, even if they wear the clothing, the muscles are visible, musculatures are visible. That means the superheroes, whatever they are narrating, it is very muscular there. So what is this? So let me tell you about what are this. Thivi and Sneevy, they are synonym to each other, which is muscular and strong. Hence, by default, these are the words. But however, let me also talk about the other thing. Superfluous, that is super, more, fluous means flowy. So that is more than wanted, more than abundance, we can say. More than wanted, extremely high. Okay. Pneumatic is what? Something filled with air. Oh, they cannot be filled with air. Na? Filled with means then they will be like very sluggy. Okay. Sluggish. They cannot be sluggish, and it cannot be more than wanted also. More than wanted means they'll be very bulky. But here they are saying it is not bulky, musculatures. Musculature means proper muscles and everything. Okay, so we cannot taking this one. Flocculent is what? Why sluggish, very loosey skin and all. No, if it is loosey skin, how can the muscles peep out of their this one clothing? So therefore, loosey, no. Atrophied is what? Having lost effectiveness. So that means the muscles and all like bina jan, it won't be having the life. So therefore, this is not. So basically, muscular and strong, what we have? TV and Snavy. Okay. So guys, yes, this is all for today. So where we did basically our one word, one blank text completion. Okay. Now guys, tell me, you guys have any doubts on these things? Okay. No doubts. Good. So now tomorrow we are going to discuss or focus on two-worded text completion. Okay. So what we are going to focus on, two-worded this one, text completion. So we'll meet you all tomorrow. Till then, bye. Take care.
Thank you, ma'am. Also, please, students, try to join by 8:35 so that we can start with the session. Thank you.